Everyone, thank you for joining 302 Sobriety on YouTube. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on this video and the other ones that I have. As you guys know, that this week on June 21st, I had to go to my foreclosure mediation process. And on that day, I was reading from the passage, Daily Reflections, which is this book right here, for the date June 21st. And I'm going to share with you how my day went and how my selfish, sick thinking went through that whole day. Well, for June 21st, it says fear and faith. The achievement of freedom from fear is a lifetime undertaking, one that can never be wholly completed. When under heavy attack, acute illness, or in other conditions of serious insecurity, we shall all react to this emotion, well or badly, as the case may be. Only the self-deceived will claim perfect freedom from fear. And this comes, it's an excerpt from As Bill Sees It on page 263. And then it says, fear has caused suffering when I could have had more faith. There are times when fear suddenly tears me apart, just when I'm experiencing feelings of joy, happiness, and lightness of heart. Faith and feeling of self-worth towards a higher power helps me endure tragedy and ecstasy. When I choose to give all my fears over to my higher power, I will be free. And the reason why I read this, and this is the reason why I'm also dedicating this video to that, is that we all deal with fear. Fear can be good and fear can be bad, okay? But if you turn your fears over to your higher power, it will be taken care of. And I did not do that June 21st when I went to the mediation. I went to the mediation and it didn't turn out well. They said that I will be losing my house unless I find a job, an extra job, to supplement my income, because my income does not cover the mortgage and a 10% of what I owe of 10 grand. Well, they couldn't do a modification. They couldn't do anything because it's an FHA loan and they overrule any bank or anybody that owns the contract to the house, to the mortgage. Well, of course, after I got the bad news, I felt really bad. I mean, dread came over me. Don't talk about fear. I'm talking about dread. I went to a corner, cried my eyes out, and told my higher power, why the hell did you do this to me? Why did you let me down? And that's my sick way of thinking, because I didn't get it my way. It's about controlling. I want to control things. I want to control everything. I forget that I can't control certain things, that I can't control what I see. I can control what's here. And I failed at that day to control that, to turn it over. I understood it here, but at the end of the day, I realized that I did not understand it in my heart. And that makes a big difference. Well, I'm all bent out of shape. I don't know what to do. At my age, I don't want to be homeless. It's not an adventure. It's a matter of survival. I don't have a place to live. And I didn't know what to do. Well, instead of turning it over to my higher power, I just moped around, got on my bicycle, biked back, and went to around, and I said, well, let me try to do what I normally do, set things in motion. And I went to the, where did I go first? Oh, I went to the library because they had the computers, and I started filling out applications. And then I just decided right around the corner from the library, there was a Dollar Tree. I walk in there, and they were having open interviews. Well, Lord and behold, I got hired on the spot. And I looked up, and I said, okay, I guess the day's not over, and I'm being selfish. I apologize. And I said it just to say it. Just, I apologize. Didn't wholeheartedly feel it because my problem was not over. And again, I iterate my problem. Everything about me. Selfish me, woe me, about me. Instead of just letting it go. All right, well, I continued my way. I was happy I got another job. I said it's not much, but it's better. Again, you see, not much, but better. I wasn't satisfied. I wasn't grateful. I said I have to catch a meeting. I went to my meeting early at 4:30, which starts at 7. Well, I'm just sitting around, the front, just waiting for the meeting to start at 7. And this was at 4:30 in the afternoon. I needed to see someone. I needed to talk. I needed to be in a safe place with people that are going to tell me things I need to hear and not that I want to hear. Well, 7 o'clock, before 7 o'clock, about 6:30, a van drives by. It says, "Hey, Mikey, I thought it was you. What are you doing around here?" I said, "I go to AA meeting." And they said, "Oh, I used to go to AA meeting." And I said, "Cool. Do you still go?" "No, I don't go. I don't go anymore, but I've been clean. I drink once in a while, but not as much." I said, "Well, you can do that. I can't. I can't start." And I go, he says, "Well, once in a while I go just to hear, to stay fine, but I haven't gotten in trouble." I said, "Fine." He said, "You still living at your old place?" And he was my neighbor. And I said, "No, I'm going to be losing my house. I have to move by next month, by the 18th. And unless I get a job, I got to get an apartment. I got to get a lot of stuff. My mind is just going crazy." He said, "Well, funny you say that. I live right up the street from where you go to your meeting. And there's an apartment for rent, $500. 1-bedroom apartment. I could turn you on to the guy. You could meet the landlord." And I said, "Whoa." Again, I looked up. I said, "2 down. Thank you." Apparently, the day was not over. So, things worked in strange ways. And I said, "Thank you." We exchanged numbers. And what was it? I went to my meeting. I expressed what was going on, and they said, "Leave it, let it go. You got to let it go. You haven't let it go yet." And this on the reflections page was what said fear and faith. Well, apparently I had a lot of fear. I had dread. The faith was out the window because I was just thinking about me, woe me. And then I felt better when I got out of the meeting. Make a long story short, because I only have certain time to videotape. I spoke to my boss and told her what I'm getting my another job, but I'm not leaving her place because I'm just going to work on the days that I'm off. And she said, "That's good." She says, "Well, guess what? You're up for your a 90-day review." Well, make a long story short, I got a raise. She's been a heaven sent. I don't know. I'm not used to people treating me good. I don't trust people, and I have to learn, and I don't trust a lot of things. But things worked. Hopefully, I keep the ball moving on what God wants I'm going to do. But it's working slowly. It's working slowly. I don't know what to say. All I have to say is I have to be grateful. And I really, really need to learn before I get to the point that I was in to turn it over to my higher power. And at one time in my life, I was like that. I was able to say, "Hey, whatever happens in my life, I can't control." And then I got divorced, and all of a sudden, it's everything just went out the window. My belief, I consider them my angels by my side. My higher power looking over me, it went out the window. I thought I lost everything, and I never did. He was always there all the time. It was just my selfish thinking. You guys, I know we all go through this. We go through the fear, and then we don't have faith, and then we want to change things, and we can't change things. Just to show you, like for me, I had to hang in there. I had to say, hey, you know something? The day's not over. My life is not over. This is only a stepping stone. This is a bump in the road, and I'll get over it with the help of my higher power. For you guys, give it a chance. And again, you have to start someplace. You have to be better than what you are today. You can't be perfect like I try to be perfect. You just have to progress. And that's what I did. Thank you for listening. You guys stay strong and sober, one day at a time. Bless you guys.